Hello and welcome back from coffee break. I'm very happy to announce the next talk. It's about TYPO3 in universities. And you're going to hear about market shares of TYPO3 in this market, a case study of the Technical University of Munich, and a short peek into the future. Please welcome Doris and Martin.
Hi, welcome to our talk about TYPO3 for universities. Who of you are a member of a university? Oh, a lot of. Okay, I'm Martin. I'm working for Intercode, a company located south of Munich. Today we like to talk about using TYPO3 at universities. We would like to give you a short overview of the TYPO3 market share and a look into the future of universities using TYPO3. A few words about my company I'm working for. We are a young team. We are working only with TYPO3. We have a mix of clients, for example, small and medium business, but also enterprise companies and, of course, universities.
I'm working for the Technische Universität München in a central department. Central department is named IT Service Center. Inside of the service center is a little TYPO3 team, which is providing websites for the departments. Before I go to the next step, I just wanted to say that it's good to know that TYPO3 is forcing UTF-8 from now on. A few words about a university. Here I'd like to give you some more information about the history of the university, which I think it's quite interesting. The university was founded in 1868 by King Ludwig II. It's the Bavarian king responsible for building Schloss Neuschwanstein, and it's the Bavarian king well known as the crazy guy wasting a bunch of money for castles and all the stuff nobody needs. But this is only one part of the story. The other part of the story is that King Ludwig was very, very interested in technology. He built his castles with steel constructions, had central heating, had water toilets, had elevators in the castles, and he installed the first electric power station, which was the first electric power station in the world. So I think his love for technology led to the foundation of the university, which had the first name Polytechnische Schule München, but at the beginning it already had the status of a university. At that time the number of students was around about 340. Today we have almost 36,000 students. We have about 500 professors, 10,000 employees, 13 departments, 400 buildings, a couple of buildings. And these buildings are mostly spread over the three campuses of the university. On the top is the image of the campus Weihenstephan. Weihenstephan is called TUM School of Life Science. One interesting research center is the brewery, which is the oldest brewery in the world. It's the brewery Weihenstephan. And maybe they should call the campus campus of good life because of the brewery. The next campus, it's the image on the right, is Campus Garching. It's located in the north of Munich, and the focus on this campus is natural science and technology. The third campus is the campus Munich City. And Munich City is divided in 3 important sites: downtown Munich, the university hospitals, and the Olympic Park, which is the park where the Olympic Games 1972 took place.
Okay, so some facts about universities in general and TYPO3 in Germany. Germany has around about 525 universities with about 2.5 million students overall. Let's have a look at how the different content management systems are spread over the university landscape. Here are the results of our own research regarding TYPO3 at German universities. We selected the 180 of the biggest universities because there are more than 90% of all students in Germany are studying here. As you can see, more than half of these universities use TYPO3 now. Another interesting point is that if you count the market share of a CMS positioned on number 2, 3, and 4, there are only 15% amount usage. For other 15% of universities, we couldn't find out what systems they're using, but only 15%. As you can see, TYPO3 is spread in the university landscape. And now let's have a look at the use case of TYPO3 at the Technical University in Munich.
At first, a few words about the service we are providing. We are providing a website service for departments, chairs, and research centers. We started with the service about 5 years ago with 1 person. The first try was in Joomla. We realized pretty soon that Joomla is not the right system and did a next try with TYPO3, and we still use TYPO3 today. We didn't know at the beginning how many websites we will have to deal with, so we were looking for a system which is scalable. So we wanted a system which works with just a few websites and wanted a system which works with a bunch of websites. So we found a solution which we call the satellite system. And here I tried to make an image of this abgeschnitten of the satellite system. On the left is the virtual machine where we have the core of TYPO3, we have the extensions we offer, we have the templates, images, and all the stuff we need for the websites. On the left, the blue circle, the websites are virtual machine with websites. Websites are single websites, multi-domain websites, multi-tree websites, or a mix of them. And the connection from the satellites, these virtual machines with the websites are the so-called satellites. The connection from the core machine, or from the satellites to the core machine, is through a symbolic link, not only to the core, but also to the folder where we have the template set. So when we have to do any changes on the layout or core updates or changes on the extensions, we have to work only on one machine. And it's pretty comfortable because we change now about 400 websites, and these are installed on more than 300 virtual machines. The team which is handling these 400 websites is only 3 people. But I didn't say anything about the administration of the virtual machines. We are not doing the administration. We have a provider. The provider for our university is the Leibniz Supercomputing Center, which is the computing center for all universities in Munich and public academic organizations. So universities in Munich do not have their own computing center. They are supported by the Leibniz Rechenzentrum. So they are supporting us by providing the virtual machines and are doing all the work around the servers. We have nothing to do with these machines. They are doing the setup, database, security stuff, all the work around this. The next step is, Martin, the needs of the universities regarding TYPO3.
Universities have various requirements. Let's see what needs TYPO3. Let's see for what needs TYPO3 is the best choice. University would like to publish websites for Internet, Intranet, and also for Extranet. Regarding the different usage, universities need a large scalable rights and role management system. They need to provide many sites with many editors and different access rights. TYPO3 is able to provide it with ACL, permission, and visibility by configuration. All these settings could be combined and used in different cases and different parts of the page tree. Also important is the support for multi-language websites. Due to the high flexibility of TYPO3, the university is able to meet their own needs. Different languages could be solved by a multi or a one-tree system. In addition, settings for default language and the language overlays gives more possibilities to find the perfect solution. The advantage of this continuous concept is that it works for different elements, for pages, content elements, and also for extensions. You can configure a TYPO3 website as a multiple tree website and as a single tree website, multiple domain website, and also combining these possibilities. In addition to that, you can also set up different access rights. The last point, accessibility, is an important requirement. With TYPO3, you're able to control your full HTML markup. Also, many extensions supporting accessibility. German universities have to follow these rules by law. Accessibility is a voluntary extra task for agencies and also for the editors. But editors should be trained to do this right.
How do you handle people who can't talk?
Can't talk?
Hear and can't speak. Yes, I think it's dumb because you're talking about accessibility. How do you work on this with content? I don't think it's dumb. I think it's mute. Dumb.
So people who cannot hear can read. So
yes.
I don't.
Okay. Yeah. Universities often use more than one system. TYPO3 use an authentication service which can be extended with own services. With this service, it's possible to use centralized user management. So it's possible to connect to an LDAP server or authenticate the users with Shibboleth. For those who don't know, Shibboleth, it's an open source project that provides single sign-on. In our opinion, it would be very helpful if that TYPO3 serves an API, for example REST, which helps third-party applications to use TYPO3 or integrate TYPO3 services. Yes, and the last one, it's possible to use these authentication methods for editors, so called the backend users, but also for website users as front-end users. Universities as well as companies would like to have an overview over their budget. One advantage of TYPO3 is that it's for free. You don't have to pay any license fees because TYPO3 is open source. In addition to that, TYPO3 don't need expensive hosting. A simple LAMP server with Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP is enough for that. Another advantage for cost control is the long-term service version. Over a period of 3 years, you have a low-cost support regarding TYPO3. Only little updates and no migrations to newer versions. To save costs, you only should use extensions you really need. Extensions are useful only to show or save structured content. And, that's important, take care on the quality of the used extensions. Some hints to detect good extensions is that they use modern technology, for example, XBase and Fluid. They have an existing manual and also an extension icon, because this shows the love from the programmer to his product. And clearly the code quality that you could check on the TYPO3 extension repository, and an existing Forge page is also a hint. And for sure, the number of downloads is a good indicator. Content is king, everybody knows it, and universities have in general a lot of content. TYPO3 gives the possibility to structure content in different ways, as normal content elements or as datasets to publish these contents on more sites with different settings or different layouts. TYPO3 makes it possible to publish content very flexible. You could use you could start or end time, you could check the visibility for certain users or groups, and for sure different layouts. Even regarding the menus, TYPO3 is a very flexible system, and that makes it very interesting for universities. One of the most important features is security. Not only for the administrators or the developers, but also for the editors and of course for the website users. And as far as I know, TYPO3 is the only CMS that has an own security team. The security team takes care for the CMS core, but also for the extensions in the TYPO3 extension repository. A very helpful tool is Caretaker. Anybody knows it? Yeah. Caretaker is a monitoring tool that is especially constructed for monitoring TYPO3 and its features. It's based on TYPO3 and it's an extension for TYPO3. Based on the architecture of TYPO3, it's also possible to use the other well-known monitoring tools like Isinga or Monit. So the high market share of TYPO3 at the universities we show at the beginning makes it possible to share knowledge. University can work together and learn from each other. For example, the new PowerMail version, the university package, is a project of 9 universities who initiate and sponsored some additional features. External help is also provided. There are many well-known professionals in Europe that could help you. Another possibility to get help and support is the big, great community behind TYPO3. There are many events, official events and private events, for example, Camp, and here the T3Con or the Developer Days. And there are user groups, and everybody could join here. Also, extending TYPO3 is very easy. There are many extensions for different usages are available in the TYPO3 extension repository at typo3.org. So, let's take a look into the future of universities. The requirements for universities are changing. Let's take a look at the challenges for universities. Universities may reduce the budget for the web. Good cost control with TYPO3 could be very helpful. And today, many services have to be web-based. TYPO3 offers the possibility to create your own extensions for a bunch of requirements. So TYPO3 is a very interesting system for all universities. For example, the Technical University of Munich has own TYPO3 extensions that connecting and grabbing data from other non-TYPO3 systems. And yes, with all of these features and possibilities of TYPO3, universities could get more students as a result of providing better content and better services. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Markus and Doris. Are there any questions for